Okay, seventh graders, so we have our last video to watch here today before I come back. So you should be watching this for your Thursday video, which is the 24th. And this is Thursday. So today we're kind of going to put our first two lessons together. So first we learned how to graph, then we learned how to plug into tables. Now what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to plug into a table and then graph it. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to choose the x values that are within the graphing window. So I'm just going to pick 4 different x values that make sense. On the first few problems, I'm going to give you the x values, and then on the other few, you guys get to choose them. So after that, then it says find the y values by evaluating the functions for each x value. So you're going to plug in them all, and you're going to figure out what the y value would be for that. Then we're going to graph each ordered pair, and finally we're going to connect the points and put an arrow at each end. This is going to be super important that you have something straight to connect your dots with. So you can have some rulers, because I have rulers in my class in that gray and white bin over by my desk. You can go grab one of those, or you could use a calculator, anything that's going to give you a straight line. So let's go ahead and get started on here. So I have y equals x plus 5. I'm going to plug in -4, -1, 0, and 1. So -4 plus 5 is going to give me a positive 1. -1 plus 5 is going to give me a positive 4. 0 plus 5 is 5, and then 1 plus 5 is 6. So I have my table graphed, and now I'm going to go ahead and plot those. So -4, 1, 2, 3, 4, positive 1, -1, positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 6. Now that I have my points, I'm going to take my ruler, or something straight, and I'm going to connect my dots. Just like that. So that's all we're doing. We're taking our first lesson and our second lesson, and we're putting them together. Okay? So what I want you guys to do is I want you to pause the video, and I want you to try number 2. So fill out your table, graph it, and connect your dots. Okay, now that you've done that on your own and you're resuming the video, when you plug these in, -5 minus 1 is -6, -2 minus 1 is -3, 2 minus 1 is 1, and then 4 minus 1 is 3. Okay, so -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, -2, 1, 2, -3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, and then 4, 3. So I have my points there, and then I'm going to connect my dots. Okay, and there you go. That's the line you should have gotten. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at number 3. So number 3 is y equals -x. So negative, this is careful when I plug these in. I have -3. Well, that's going to give me a positive 3. -1 gives you a positive 1. -2 gives you a -2. And -6 gives you a -6. So -3, 1, 2, 3, up, 1, 2, 3. -1, 1, 2, -2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to connect my dots. Okay, just like that. So if you're like, yep, I feel good, I know how to fill out the tables, I know how to graph the line, you can skip the next 2 examples and go to the back side. If you want some more practice, I'm going to go over number 4 and number 6, and then I'll get to the back side. So you can either continue watching or skip ahead. So on here, I'm going to take -2 times -5 to get a positive 10. Positive 10 minus 4 is going to give me 6. Then I'm going to take negative 2 times negative 2 to give me a positive 4. 4 minus 4 is going to give me a 0. Then I have negative 2 times 0, which is 0, minus 4 is going to give me a negative 4. And then negative 2 times 1 is negative 2, minus 4 is going to give me a negative 6. So I'm going to go backwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then go backwards 2, and don't move up or down at all. Then I'm not going to move left or right, but I'm going to move down 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to go forward 1 and then down 6. Okay, I'm going to connect my dots with my ruler and make sure you put arrows at the ends of your lines. And there is that one. Okay, number 6 then is just like what we did in our notes yesterday where we had to just flip-flop them. Well, I'm still just going to plug in 0 here, and you always do your multiplication first. So 3 times 0 is 0. Negative 7 plus 0 is negative 7. Then I have 3 times 2, and this is a positive 3, so I don't have to worry about anything there. 3 times 2 is 6. Negative 7 plus 6 is going to give me a negative 1. Then I have 3 times 3, which is 9. Negative 7 plus 9 is a positive 2. And now finally I have 3 times 5, which is 15. Negative 7 plus 15 is going to give me a positive 8. I'm going to go ahead and graph those. So 0, don't move left or right, but I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, so to the right 2, and then down 1. To the right 3, up 2. And then to the right 5, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Way up top here. Okay, and then I'm going to connect my dots. And there you are. Okay, so we have those. That line was a little crooked there, but try to get back on your dots the best that you can. Okay, now we're going to flip the page over, and we are going to look at these ones where it has nothing in there at all. And then just so you know, this is a reminder with your fractions, there's nothing different with the fractions at all. Okay, so you're still taking negative 1 times negative 6, which is positive 6. Positive 6 divided by 3 would get you 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. So if you were to go through and fill out this table and try to do those, you would get your answers as 4, 3, 2, and 1. So if you wanted to practice doing that, you could go ahead and practice with your fractions there. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at these problems down here. Well, I get to pick my numbers, and honestly, pick the easiest numbers possible. I'm going to choose negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. And honestly, I'll do that for most of my problems, but I'm just going to do what makes sense. So negative 1 minus 4 is going to give me negative 5. 0 minus 4 is going to give me negative 4. 1 minus 4 is going to give me negative 3. 2 minus 4 is going to give me negative 2. So you just pick whichever numbers make sense. I like doing 0s and 1s and 2s because those are the easiest. Okay, well, negative 1, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, negative 4. 1, negative 3. 2, negative 2. So I see they're all really close together there. And then I'm just going to connect my dots. There we go. Okay. So now that we have that done, that's all we're going to do. Well, for number 10, I'm going to choose some different numbers. I am going to choose negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0. Again, it doesn't matter which numbers you choose. I just chose these ones because I know it's going to work easy with multiplying by 2 and 6. So, but you can choose whichever ones. You could use negative 1, 0, 1, and 2 again if you wanted. Well, I just know 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. Negative 6 plus 6 is 0. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4, plus 6 is going to get me 2. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2, plus 6 is going to give me 4. 2 times 0 is 0, and then plus 6 is 6. So negative 1, 2, 3, and then I'm not moving up or down. Negative 2, up 2, -1, up 4, and 0, up 6. So there's my line right there. Okay. Well, if that makes sense and you're like, yep, I know what to do on these blank tables, you are good to go and get your assignment now. Okay. If you are not sure what to do, then keep watching and we are going to go and look at we'll look at number 11. Okay. So on number 11 here, what we're going to do is we are going to plug in, let's plug in, that's a negative. So let's plug in a -2, -1, 0, and 1. Okay, -3, so this is -3 minus -2. So this would be -3 plus 2 is going to get me a -1. -3 minus -1 is going to be +1, so that's going to give me a -2. -3 minus 0 is just going to give me -3. And then -3 minus 1 is just going to give me a -4. So that's nice and easy. So -2, -1, -1, -2, 0, -3, 1, -4. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to connect my dots. And there we go, just like that. Okay, if you want some practice with number 13, so again, you can pick whichever numbers you want. Well, actually, I'm going to pick numbers that divide by 4 nicely. So I'm going to choose -4, I'm going to choose 0, I'm going to choose +4, and I'm going to choose 8. Again, you can do whatever you want, but these ones are really nice multiples of 4. I can divide by 4 really easily, so I'm going to do that. So 1 times -4 is -4. -4 divided by 4 is -1. -1 minus 2 is going to give me -3. 1/4 times 0 is 0, minus 2 is -2. 1 times 4 is 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 1 minus 2, it's going to give me -1. 1 times 8 is 8. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 8 divided by 4 is 2, and then 2 minus 2 is 0. So there we go. So now I go backwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, down 1, 2, 3, 0, down 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, down 1, and then 8, 0 would be right here. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to connect my dots. Okay, and then finally the last one that I am going to do is number 14. I'm not going to graph it, but I'm going to go through and how to fill out this table. For this one, I want something that if I multiply by 3, I'm going to get an even number, so then I can divide it by 2. Well, I know that -4 is going to give me 12, and then 12 divided by 2 is going to give me 6. Then I'm going to do -2 because -2 times -3 is going to give me 6. 6 divided by 2 is going to give me 3. 0 is really nice because anything times 0 is 0. And then I'm just going to do a +2 because -3 times +2 is -6. Divided by 2 is going to give me -3. So that's how you go ahead and do that one. Okay, well, if you are watching this now, you are good to go. And let me see, is there anything else? So you are good to go on here then. Okay, so we will finish this up, and I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. And go show Miss Erickson you are done with your notes.